Hello everybody and welcome to Fruits Basket episode 2 anime review. If you could probably tell in my throat, yeah, no good, my throat is bugged. But yeah, I'm back in my humble abode from last week where I was in a stinky hotel room. It wasn't smelly, it smelled nice. Anyway, I'm enjoying this show. It's definitely probably the romance of the season. Sick. That's what I'm gonna blame on all my mistakes, is me being sick. So start at the beginning of the episode, we'll go through it as always, and then I will give my overall thoughts. I always forget to do the last part. I just kind of like blabber for a few minutes like I am right now, and then I just end the episode. But anyway, so episode begins. Find out that they can speak human while they're in animal form, and they're possessed by zodiac spirits, and they turn into them when they get sick or they get hugged. The fact they mentioned when they get sick, I think that's going to come into play. There's going to be like an arc or something where one of them's sick, or two of them are sick, or they're all sick, and they just turn into animals. She's got to take care of them. I can absolutely see them doing that. That seems like, considering the information we know, that seems like that's a lock-on for what they're going to do at some point. Could be wrong though. What do I know? But then, the cat guy is called Kyo. He accidentally injures Toru by punching a table in half, and it makes her bleed. It was pretty impressive considering at the angle she was at, her nose would have had to been whacked to get to her forehead. So that's not how physics. But I'm fine with it. I'm not going to complain. I just did, but I'm not going to really complain. But then Yuki like one-shots him, and we find out they have the ability to change memories through hypnotism, or like delete memories. I forget the wording, but essentially is they can make her forget. And then at school, Yuki asks Toru, "Hey, please don't tell anyone." And then he does the wall slam, which nobody saw somehow. I thought that was going to be the misunderstanding. But then he tells the story of the last time that he got found out and how all of his friends had to get their memory erased. And the guy who's in charge, I think his name is Akito, told him that, hey, everyone will abandon you if they find out because it's weird or something. And then she accidentally hugs him, and then she's like, hey, if I gotta forget, I gotta forget. And then he's like, oh, what's up? Aren't you going to abandon me? And she's like, no, you kidding? I need a house. That's not what she says, but that's my personal commentary. I'm assuming you've seen the episode. If not, I go through the whole episode. So probably watch that first if you're new. Okay. But then she's like a contradiction. He gets blushy cheeks, I think, at some point. But then they get home, and Kyo tries to apologize, and he's really tsundere, basically. That's just the only way I can sum it up. Yep, he is. I'm expecting him to say baka, or it's not like I blank or anything. It's not like I care or anything. Baka. It's definitely one of them. I mean, okay, what happens next? They got their information. Akito tells them at some point that, hey, if she keeps the secret and she stays, she won't get punished. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. But then we find out Yuki has a secret base, and I'm like, okay, is that gonna come into it at some point? Also, you're a teenager, like you're in high school. Why have you got a secret base? No, I'm not gonna judge, but I'm just like, maybe it's like an old thing. I don't know. But also, then Kyo's upset because he's got to transfer school to their school, and then at school he's like scared to death, and he like runs away, does like a judo throw on a random girl, which I get that, he just didn't want to be touched or nothing, but it was still a bit overkill. I was expecting you to whip out an armbar, but whatever. Then he jumps out the window and it lands on his feet because he's a cat. Cats can do that. What happens next? I'm dying over it. And then they're about to start fighting again, and Toru stops him with a surprise hug, and then he's like, I hate you. He doesn't say, I hate you, but she's like, he must really hate me now. But then he wants to leave the house, and Shigure basically tells him, hey, talk to people, stop being a loner loser. Get out in the real world, kid. That's my interpretation of it. And then they like do a little thing like, what are you going to do if a girl says she loves you? I'm like, this is where we're going with this, isn't it? She's going to say it, and then he's going to say the same thing. That's going to be mighty callback, foreshadowing deal if that happens. I haven't read the manga. I don't remember if I said it last week, but I'll say it now. Haven't read the manga, so I have no idea what's going to happen. Please no spoilers if you know. Haven't seen the original, haven't read the manga either. So don't spoil anything if you know, and we'll move on from there. Then Kyo comes to get her after work. He gets smacked in the face because she thinks he's a pervert. But then he sort of apologizes like a tsundere, and then they all go and eat food and dinner together. They, still a little argument. It was kind of an argument. It was like a banter argument, you know, like they're friends, but they're going to argue still. And then that was where the episode ended. So this episode was just introduction to Kyo as a character, basically, because he wasn't really in last episode. I don't know what, like, the overarching plot is. I assume it's like she's got to choose between which one she wants. At least we'll get there. Obviously, though, at the beginning, it's all about... I don't know. I don't really know Zodiacs, so I should have done some I might do that. I might look what the animals are. I assume there's characters in the ED that I have no idea who they are, so I'm assuming we're going to meet the other members of the family, and they're also going to be animals, and then we'll get, like... We'll meet more, and then we'll meet them all at some point. Maybe. That's just what I think is going to happen anyway. Also, they, like, implied that Akito and Shigure have got, are plotting behind the schemes involving Toru, which I have no idea what it's going to be about. My guess is they're going to get her to marry one of them so they can continue the family line, because girls are so weirded out by the animal thing, they leave. Maybe. That's just maybe a theory. I don't know too much. So yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this episode. It's good. I'm very much enjoying myself. I am going to end the episode now because my throat is deaf. I will see you next week for next week's episode. I've done a blank. Every Friday I'll be doing this. So see you guys next week for this. I do other stuff. I should just list everything I do on what days, but I'm not going to do that because I should put a list somewhere. I should definitely put a list somewhere. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.